What's up everybody, I'm Rassi and welcome to another Pokemon Unite video. Pokemon Unite is releasing for mobile phones in just about a week. So in this video we'll be going over what Pokemon you should be purchasing first to your playable Pokemon roster in Pokemon Unite. Let's take a look. So here we are. Now before we start, there are a few Pokemons that you actually get for free at the start of the game or at the very early levels you gain. And those Pokemon are obviously Venusaur, Pikachu and Zeraora, and I think Slowbro also. So let's just put them to the S tier. What we are going to be focusing is how hard this Pokemon is for you to play and that have users in ranked matches. Charizard. Now Charizard we will put as an A tier. It's an okay Pokemon. It grows out to be fairly powerful in the late game, but in the early game it kinda sucks. So let's actually put it to B tier, to be honest. I don't think it's a Pokemon that you should be first focusing on getting. Unless you really like Charizard, that's a whole nother story. But in the gameplay wise, I don't think you should be focusing on purchasing Charizard. The next one is Blastoise, and Blastoise is the newest addition to the playable Pokemon roster, and it's actually pretty freaking powerful and it does have use in the ranked matches also. Yeah, I will put it as an S tier. It's definitely a Pokemon that if you purchase it, you have a lots of uses for it. It's just a good Pokemon at this moment. The next one we have is Alolan Ninetales, and yes, Alolan Ninetales does have lots of uses in the ranked matches. It gets a lot of play and will definitely put it as an S tier. It's a Pokemon that you should be focusing on getting as soon as possible. It does a decent amount of damage and it slows the whole opposing team if you want it to, or it can protect your team depending on how you build it. So it's definitely a good Pokemon to have on your team. The next one is Wigglytuff. And Wigglytuff is a defender, it's a support Pokemon, and yes, Wigglytuff is also another one which if you purchase it early on, you can definitely get some uses for it. It does work pretty well in the ranked matches. Wigglytuff gets a high recommendation from me that to be as a Pokemon that you should be getting as soon as possible. So we'll give it an S tier. Now Machamp is powerful Pokemon, but even though it's powerful, I don't think that you should be focusing on getting it first. I think it's more powerful than Charizard, so I will put it as an A tier Pokemon. The next one is Gengar. Gengar is definitely hard to play. It's very powerful if you know how to play it, but it takes some time to master, and I don't think it's something that beginners should be focusing on getting. It's pretty hard to play, but yeah, it grows out to be very, very powerful if you just know how to play it. If you want to try the challenge, of course go for the Gengar, but for the purposes of this video, what Pokemon to purchase first, Gengar is just not one of them. And Mr. Mime is our next patient. I don't see, no. Because you already have a Slowbro which you get for free, and then there's Wigglytuff, and then there's the other defenders which I'm going to talk about pretty soon, so Mr. Mime just doesn't make the cut. It's not bad, but it's not what you should be purchasing first. And the next one is Snorlax, and yes, Snorlax is an S tier Pokemon. Pretty much in almost every single ranked match you are going to play, there's Snorlax in it. So Snorlax is definitely one of those Pokemon that you should be focusing on getting if you like to play super bulky Pokemon that can take hits and it can actually even deal some damage, and it's just super annoying to play against. And the next one we have is Blissey. Blissey is the second healer in this game, the other one being Eldegoss. And that being said, Blissey just isn't as good as Eldegoss is. And because of that, we are going to put Blissey as a B tier. Definitely get Eldegoss first if you want to be your team's healer, because in my opinion Eldegoss is better than Blissey. The next one is Gardevoir, and Gardevoir goes to C tier. It's very powerful, but in the early game it's super squishy and it kinda takes some time for you to master, so I don't recommend it Next one is Garchomp. Again, early game with Garchomp is super hard. It just sucks. It doesn't really do anything until it gets to Garchomp. And now even after getting to Garchomp, I'd say it's pretty hard. I'd put Garchomp to B tier. Lucario. Now Lucario is very good Pokemon in this game. It takes some time to master also, but not as much as Gengar or Gardevoir would, and it's just super powerful in the early game, so I will definitely put it as a S tier. So definitely consider picking Lucario when you first have the chance. And the next one is Absol. Now Absol is super squishy but can deal out lots and lots of damage. It might take a while to master it. Again, it's a jungle Pokemon, so if you do play Absol, you should definitely jungle with it. But that being said, I will put it as a C tier for what Pokemon to purchase first. Absol is not on that list. The next one we have is Crustle. Crustle is pretty easy to play, and it's also very powerful, as you probably watched Adria play it. It's very good Pokemon. But I don't think I'd put it as an S tier, because we already have a lot of good Pokemon in the S tier. I will put Crustle in A tier, even though it's like an A plus or A plus plus. So I will actually put it in front of Machamp even. If you do like bug Pokemon, Crustle is currently the only bug type Pokemon in this game, even though the type doesn't mean anything. But if you like bug type Pokemon, Crustle is the one you should go with, because it's the only bug type. The next one is Greninja, my absolute favorite. It's so freaking powerful in this game. It's squishy, takes some time to master, but I'd put it to A tier because I don't want anybody else to play it. I'd put it to A tier because it's powerful, but it's also semi-hard to play. So it's not something that beginners should be focusing on. And then we have Talonflame, and yes, it's a jungle Pokemon, and again, very squishy, takes some time to master. We will put it as a C tier. It's not something that you should be going for. There are other Pokemons that will help your team more, which have more uses in the game other than just being a squishy jungler. Cinderace. And Cinderace is pretty easy to play. So yeah, I will put Cinderace as an S tier for something that you should be purchasing first. It's fairly easy to play, just stay back and destroy everybody, and it grows out to be very powerful in the end game, so it's good. The next one is Eldegoss. For a long time the only healer in this game, but not anymore, because we now have Blissey. If you want to be a defender, if you want to support your team, if you want to keep your team alive, if you like healing others, this is the Pokemon you should go with. It's the best healer in the game. It's a very good Pokemon to have. Your team will love you if you play Eldegoss. Definitely consider picking Eldegoss as your first Pokemon. And then we have Cramorant. I wouldn't recommend going after it. I'd put it as a B tier. So over here you can see the full list what Pokemon to purchase first, and the first four, which is Venusaur, Pikachu, Cheraora and Slowbro, I do remember that you get fairly early in the game without purchasing, so those are on the S tier because of that. And then we have the real things you should go after, which are Blastoise, Alolan Ninetales, Wigglytuff, Snorlax, Lucario, Cinderace and Eldegoss. Those are the most easiest one to play with. They have the most uses on your team. For example, Lucario and Cinderace, they are both good in the early game in top or bottom lane, but they can also jungle. So now your team, if you picked any of these Pokemon, your team now has choices, which is of course always good. On the A tier we have Crustle, Machamp and Greninja. These are the Pokemon that are powerful and work pretty well, but the S tier Pokemon are the ones you should be going before getting any of these. And then we have B tier. This is not the Pokemon you would want to go first. they are not that good in this game. And then we have C tier, which kind of like consists of very powerful but squishy Pokemon. These Pokemon in the C tier are fairly hard to master. So yeah, Gengar, Gardevoir, Absol and Talonflame. Do not purchase them unless you know what you are doing and unless you are familiar with MOBAs. If you are not, don't consider purchasing them. But yeah, that's that list. Let me know in the comments what you recommend for beginners to use in this game, and feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you like to. You can also support my channel via my Patreon or by purchasing a YouTube channel membership. As always, thank you for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.